We're live from the KTAR News Live Desk. I'm Martha Maurer with KTAR News and KTAR.com, and I'm joined by our senior reporter, Jim Cross from the newsroom. We want to talk about the CD8, Congressional District 8 race that just wrapped up last night. It was contested, it was pretty hot, it was controversial, and now we have two people that are moving up essentially to the next round. So, Jim, let's start right off with at the beginning, why did we even have an election yesterday?
Well, former Congressman Trent Franks, a Republican, back in December resigned under accusations of sexual harassment. He stepped down. This has been vacant, that position, since then. They have to fill it. They had the race yesterday to do it. And actually, as you mentioned, it was a very interesting race, a very unusual race for February to have a special election of any kind.
When then Congressman Trent Franks stepped down, what was it that caused him to give up his seat?
Well, there were two accusations involving alleged offers to pay a woman, surrogate mother. Another accusation that he wanted one of the women to read him a book or a paper or something about how to tell if you love somebody. So, some pretty salacious accusations.
Inappropriate sort of behavior that was deemed inappropriate, yeah.
Enough that he felt like it was time to step down and he left.
So by leaving, having to fill this seat, like you said, this race was not necessarily scandal-free either. Let's talk about some of the issues that some of the candidates had to face leading up to Election Day.
Well, on the Republican side, you have Steve Montenegro, former state lawmaker. He acknowledged last week that a former Senate staffer had texted him an unsolicited topless email or text, I should say, topless photo. Debbie Lesko, who won yesterday, also denied charges from Montenegro and others about the transfer of $50,000 from her state campaign committee to the primary contest. And then yesterday, kind of at the last minute, Phil Lovis, another one of the candidates, got in a little bit of trouble. He was caught campaigning within the 75-foot limit at the polling location. You can't be within that close to the door. He got caught. So it was a not completely scandal-free race.
And despite Phil Lovis not winning, there is an actual official complaint now that the Secretary of State's office is looking into. Okay, so we already kind of teased a little bit about who won on the Republican side, so let's go over the big winners from last night's Congressional District 8 race.
Dr. Harold Tipernini.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Yes, it is. It's a tough name to pronounce. It has thrown a lot of people, but she did everybody a service and created a video, which you can see on KTAR.com right now. So if you have any pronunciations, and once again, it's Dr. Harold Tipernini. Go to KTAR.com.
And so what do we know about her? We know that she's obviously a doctor, a medical doctor.
Yes.
We spoke to her last night as soon as she won the race. What else did she tell us?
Well, she's an emergency room doctor. She is the first Indian American woman to ever win a congressional primary in the state of Arizona. Naturally, her field that she's in, she wants to focus, if she gets to Congress, primarily on health care, and not the only issue, but one of the biggest issues. And either way, whoever wins this, Lesko or Tipernini,
there we go.
Tipernini,
right?
Either way, we're going to have another woman in Congress from Arizona. You're going to have Kirsten Sinema in there, Democrat. You have the Republican Martha McSally, who is going to be running for the Senate seat later this year in the midterms. But so you'll have three.
And the other winner, you had mentioned Debbie Lesko on the Republican side. She didn't mention health care as one of the biggest issues. She had some hardcore Republican issues that she told us when she called us after winning. Tell us more about what her focus will be come the next election.
Well, the former state senator, her focus is going to be a lot on immigration, national security, border issues will be big with her, the economy, and so on and so forth. She is a conservative, and those will be her central issues, among others.
And so we're beginning this new, journey for over the next few months of election season. Once again, midterm elections in 2018, and this particular race is not over from last night. So this was the primary. Now both of these women will be facing off for the special general election in April. And then all of these candidates that did lose from last night could potentially run again along with Debbie Lesko and along with Dr. Harold Tepernini in August, once again, for the actual primary election in Arizona to fill that seat, followed by a general election in November where other seats will also be up for grabs. So this is just the beginning of a very busy election season coming up this year. Of course, KTAR will bring you all the latest in all the races here in 2018 and beyond as well. You can find more information on this particular story at KTAR.com. And of course, our KTAR newsroom will continue to work to bring you the latest on all of this Arizona Votes stories.
I'm Bob McClay. Here's our top story.